ज्ञानतिमिरं दद्या ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः वञ्चकौपाचार्यस्य कृपासिन्धुभ्यो च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So, in the Treta Yuga, Gautama Rishi lived here. There's a deity, Venugopal, which was worshipped by Gautama Rishi. Gautama Rishi, his wife was Ahalya. And you know from Ramayana what happened to her, right? She got cursed to become stone by her husband. And Lord Ramachandra then came, in Treta Yuga, he delivered her. So it happened in a village just the next village from here. So anyway, in the year 1512, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came here. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling to South India. He was just with one servant, and he came here and he took bath in the Godavari. Did any of you take a bath yet in the Godavari? No.
We need to take
the tap water, what's coming is Godavari water.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Tap water is Godavari water.
Yes.
Okay, so anyway, Mahaprabhu was taking his bath at the Godavari river, and while he was taking his bath, a big procession of people came, and one person was riding the elephant. There were many important people, and many brahmanas. They all came in procession to take bath. So actually this was Ramananda Rai. Ramananda Rai, at this time, he was in charge of this area, because this area was all under the king of Puri. The king of Puri, he had a big kingdom, the whole of Utkal. It came all the way down here. Now, of course, India is divided into many states. Even recent times they divided Andhra into Telangana and Andhra. So anyway, in the times of Mahaprabhu, it was a big state. The king of Puri had a big kingdom, the whole of Utkal. It came all the way down here. So Ramananda Rai he'd been sent by the king of Puri to look over the affairs here. And when Mahaprabhu was in Jagannath Puri, at that time, when he told Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya that he was going to go to south, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya told him, when you go south, you should try to meet with Ramananda Rai. That this Ramananda Rai is a very learned, saintly devotee, and he's well versed in all the shastras, and he knows everything about rasa and the path of devotion. So Mahaprabhu was taking his bath at the Godavari, and these people, big procession came, and Ramananda Rai came forward. He saw there was a sannyasi taking bath, so he came to offer his respects. And when he came to approach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then the two of them embraced, and they both experienced ecstasy, embracing each other. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is, we say, Radha Krishna. He's the combined form of Radha and Krishna. And Ramananda Rai, in Krishna Lila, he is the Gopi Vishaka. So the two of them naturally felt great affection for each other. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in ecstasy and Ramananda Rai was in ecstasy. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Ramananda Rai that it will be better you come back here and meet me alone, because he was with so many other brahmanas, and these brahmanas were more smarter brahmanas, you know, they were not the devotee brahmanas, so they did not understand the mellows of pure devotion. So Mahaprabhu told Ramananda Rai, come back on your own and we can meet here. So Ramananda Rai came back that evening and he met with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when the two of them met together, then Lord Chaitanya began to put questions to Ramananda Rai. They started to ask him different questions. And Ramananda Rai felt uncomfortable. Ramananda Rai said, you know, you're born in a Brahmana family and you're a sannyasi. He said, I should be asking you questions. Why are you asking me a lot of questions? Ramananda Rai himself, he was not a Brahmana and he was not a sannyasi. He was a grihastha and he was born in a lower caste family. But he was very, very learned, very, very educated. You can understand. He must have been, because the king of Puri put him in charge of this whole area down here. So the king of Puri understood his capabilities. Anyway, Lord Chaitanya said to Ramananda Rai, he said, Kiba Vipra, Kiba Nasi, Sudra Keni Nai, Ye Krishna Tadvavet. Say Guru Hai. Yes. Lord Chaitanya said to Ramananda Rai, it does not matter if you're a learned Brahmana, a Vipra, or a sannyasi, or a Sudra, meaning laborer. These things, these positions in the social system, they're not important. What is important is that you know the signs of Krishna. Ye Krishna Tadvavet, say Guru Hai. That if you know the signs of Krishna, then you can become the spiritual teacher. So in this way, Lord Chaitanya encouraged Ramananda Rai to answer his questions. So one of the questions Lord Chaitanya asked Ramananda Rai, he said, tell me some verse from the scriptures about the goal of life. So Ramananda Rai began, he quoted a verse which says, the goal of life is to follow Varnashram. And by following Varnashram, you can please Krishna and get perfection. So Lord Chaitanya dismissed that. He said, well, that is external. He said, that is not very significant. He said, something higher. So then Ramananda Rai quoted a verse from the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Maybe, no, not the 3rd. 7th. Yat karosi yajashnasi yajjahosi yat tapasyastu konti. Yeah, mad arpanam, right? Ramananda Rai was speaking about karmarpana, offering the results of your work for the pleasure of Krishna. It's from the Bhagavad Gita. All that you do, all that you eat, whatever you offer and give away, you should do it for me, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. So Lord Chaitanya said, well, he said, that's not the highest thing. He said, people may do that, they may offer it to Ganesh, they may offer to Shiva, they may not offer it to Krishna. So I said, we want to hear something higher than this. So then Ramananda Rai then quoted a verse from Bhagavad Gita again. He said, Sarva Dharmam. Yeah, this is Swadharma Tyag, giving up all your dharmas. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, give up all your dharmas and just surrender to me. So, Lord Chaitanya was not very satisfied with this either. He said, well, people may give up their dharmas for all kinds of different reasons. Just like we know people come to Krishna consciousness, they want a good place to eat and sleep. They're not really interested in Krishna, they just want to be comfortable in their living. Even one man came to Prabhupada and said he wanted to be a sannyasi. And Prabhupada asked him why. He said, to get away from my wife and children. So Prabhupada did not accept, of course. But anyway, different reasons why people come to surrender. So then Lord Chaitanya said, keep going. So Ramananda Rai then gave another verse from Bhagavad Gita. Brahma bhuta prasanatma nashochati sama sarveshu bhuteshu madbhakti. Right? So this verse, this is Jnana Mishra Bhakti. This is not pure devotion, but this is mixed with desire for liberation. You see? Brahma Bhuta Prasanat. It's not talking about real devotion, it's just only talking about getting out of material entanglement. So Lord Chaitanya said, go higher. So then Ramananda Rai gave another verse. Gyane prayasam udapasya namanta eva jivanti san mukaritam bhavadiya bhartam stane stita shruti gatan tanvan manobir ye prayaso jita jitopi asitais trilokyam. This is from 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. It's a verse spoken by Lord Brahma. And Lord Brahma is offering prayers to Krishna. And he is saying that stane stita, he said you should stay in whatever position you are in. Sometimes people think, oh, I need to change, I should give up my duty, give up family life, or I have to become a sannyasi. But Lord Chaitanya said he liked this verse. This verse is from Bhagavatam. It says, just stay in whatever position you're in. Okay, your married life is troublesome, but troubles will be there everywhere. Not just in married life. Everywhere there'll be troubles. You don't get away from trouble. So stay in whatever position you're in and associate with devotees and hear topics of Krishna. And in that way, you will conquer Krishna. And actually, the verse said, Krishna is unconquerable, but he becomes conquered, he's ajita, he becomes conquered by the love of his devotee. So when Lord Chaitanya heard this verse, he said, yes. He said, this is very nice. He said, now go on from this verse. So then Ramananda Rai went on to explain about different rasas, different relationships which we have with Krishna. He talked about Santaras, then Dashyaras, then Vatsalyaras, Sakyaras, and Vatsalyaras, and Madhuryaras. And when he was talking about Madhuryaras, then he explained about the different gopis and how there's different gopis. And then he went on to explain about how there's one gopi, or among many gopis, there's thousands and thousands of gopis. There's 16,000 prominent gopis. And from 16,000, 108 are very prominent. And from 108, 8 are prominent. And from 8, 2 are prominent. And from those two, the topmost one is Srimati Radharani. And Ramananda Roy went on to talk about Radharani, Srimati Radharani, and all of her qualities and her transcendental dealings with Lord Krishna. So in this way, Lord Chaitanya was relishing hearing from Ramananda Rai. And he told Ramananda Rai, he said, I want you to come back to Puri and stay with me. He said, I want to hear topics of Krishna from you every day. So Ramananda Rai decided, he said, why not? He said, yeah. He wrote a letter to the king and he told the king, I resign from my job. But the king said, oh, it's okay. He said, you want to be with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Very good. He said, I will give you full salary and you can resign. Give up your job and I will give you the same salary. And this way Ramananda Rai came to live at Jagannath Puri in the association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he became, out of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's followers, 3.5 were very intimate associates. So Swarup Damodar Goswami, Sikhi Mahiki, and Sikhi Mahiti's sister, and Ramananda Rai. Right? Swarup Damodar, he is a gopi Lalita, and Ramananda Rai is a gopi Vishaka. So Ramananda Rai stayed there in Puri, and he enjoyed very intimate, loving association with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Ramananda Rai, one time Pradyumna Mishra came there to Jagannath Puri, and he wanted to hear topics of Krishna from the pure devotee. So Lord Chaitanya told him, go to Ramananda Rai. So Pradyumna Mishra went there to see Ramananda Rai, and Ramananda Rai at that time, he was training some young girls to do a drama about Krishna. And he was training them, and Pradyumna Mishra was shocked that he saw this man, he was associating with these young girls, and he was showing them how to act and how to do this drama. And he thought, how could this man be the liberated soul? That he's with these young women, young girls, and sometimes he touches their body and whatever. And he thought, how could it be that this man is really a liberated soul? And he came back and told Lord Chaitanya, are you sure you want me to hear topics of Krishna from this man? You know what he's doing? And Lord Chaitanya told him, he said, yes. He said, you don't know, Ramananda Rai, that this man, he is not in his material body. He is actually in his spiritual body when he's doing these services. You have to understand, he's really the liberated soul. And Lord Chaitanya told this Pradyumna Mishra that you have to hear from him. Don't just look only at the external symptoms, but you have to hear from him. So Pradyumna Mishra came back, and he waited till Ramananda Rai had finished rehearsing the drama, and then he came to Ramananda Rai, and he asked Ramananda Rai to tell him some Krishna Katha. And Ramananda Rai sat and talked with him the whole night. And they passed the whole night just talking Krishna Katha. And Pradyumna Mishra was amazed that he understood that Ramananda Rai was really a great liberated soul, that he could speak so much about the topics of Krishna. So Ramananda Rai, he such a great devotee. We celebrate his disappearance in the Vaishnava calendar. So at this place, 1512, Lord Chaitanya met with Ramananda Rai. And then 1930, they began the temple here. Ramananda Gaudiya Math, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati came here and inaugurated the temple, and the lotus footprints of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are also there on the altar. So, a special place. A place of pilgrimage. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, may I always visit all the holy places associated with the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is one of the very special places. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay? Ramananda Rai Prabhu ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Lord Premananda. Okay? So we go?
Yes, Maharaj. We'll go to the bus. Hare Krishna. Thank you.